YouTubers, what's going on? It is your boy once again, RKO2582, your wrestling otaku, here to do my Raw review for June the 24th, 2013. Let's not waste any time and get this Raw review underway. So we had Raw kick off with my Daniel Bryan. Kicking off the show, he gets on the microphone, pretty much saying I have doubters and saying, oh, and you know what happened this past final SmackDown when he faced Randy Orton once again, but this time it ended in a counter. But D.Bry was like, no, I'm not fine with that. He said that ain't enough for me. He said I want to beat Orton straight up or make him tap out. And then Randy Orton comes out saying like, and then he just like. Or just cuts to the chase, like I want, like screw this, I just want to fight you. And then Daniel Bryan and Orton started beating the hell out of each other. Then it got so out of control, it ended in a double disqualification. So pretty much the match was thrown out. And then Daniel Bryan went back into the Vicky Guerrero. I was saying like, a double disqualification? No. So Vicky Guerrero had. And with Triple H in the mix too, but this isn't the first time all the McMahon's gone through, which I'll get to more on this later on throughout the show. Alright, anyway, yeah, so Vicky Guerrero makes a rematch once again, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, but this time with WWE out, we get to choose either the Falls Count Anywhere, Street Fight, or what was the final stipulation? Oh yeah, Lumberjack match. Sorry. Yeah, so I'll get to more on that later on. Alright, you had Team Rhodes Scholars go up against Sheamus and the returning Christian. And this was a decent tag team match, and I pretty much knew who was gonna win, obviously. After the bro kick on Rhodes, 1, 2, 3, your winners Sheamus and Christian, and announced for this Friday on SmackDown, you have Damien Sandow go up against Sheamus in a Dublin street fight, so that should be interesting. Next you have Caitlyn go up against Oksana. Really, this wasn't really too much of a match because what I'm about to talk about was the real main focus of this. And it was weird when Caitlyn's music would start playing, and you know I'm not a big fan of Caitlyn's current thing. Yeah, because she needs a better theme. And then my sweet, my baby, my Divas champion AJ and her muscle suit dressed up as Kane, like, yeah, look at that, look at the man. And then she's like, hi everyone, in all her cute glory. And then she's like, hi Kayla. And then her and Biggie Langston reenact the secret admirer thing, which was kind of funny. And then when AJ said like, the deepest mind, and then like let's not go there with the abs apple. I was like, wow. AJ once again playing her mind games and making Caitlyn lose her mind even more. So, oh man, I hope the rematch will happen at Money in the Bank. I'm hoping it will be. I think it should. So, I'm loving this AJ Caitlyn feud because this is the best thing that's happened to the Divas division in a long time, especially my AJ. She's the best thing going in Divas division today, whether you like it or not. She is. So, once again, AJ, you're Divas champion. Geek Goddess. So you had Chris Jericho once again face Alberto Del Rio. And yeah, because they fought this past Friday on SmackDown, but it got crazy because Dolph Ziggler cost Jericho the match, and then Jericho hits him with a code breaker, and then Del Rio beats the crap out of Dolph Ziggler. But so this time, yeah, this was actually a good match. I'm not gonna lie, and I thought Jericho was gonna have him, but Jericho's putting over people these days, and so Ricardo gets involved, so it ends in a DQ, and Jericho was by disqualification, and then chaos ensues. Then Dolph Ziggler comes out, gets some of Del Rio, and just announced for Money in the Bank the rematch will happen. Del Rio, Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight Championship, and then Dolph Ziggler returns the favor on Jericho, hits him with a zigzag, and so he's saying, I'm the man now. So I see Dolph Ziggler got a new scruffy look, I guess. So maybe this babyface turn Dolph Ziggler might work out. So I hope so. So we had finally, yes, finally, the WWE 2K14 cover revealed, and this was pretty much no surprise who was on the cover. If you didn't know by now, earlier this year when Stephanie McMahon pretty much dropped the bomb via Twitter, which I know the 2K Sports people didn't like that, kind of spoiled it a bit, but in all, Vicky and the Maddox, being their goofy selves, trying to say, this is the cover and all stuff. But King's like, let's cut the chase. Let's see who the real cover is, and it's none other than, of course, no surprise, the great one, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, The Rock. And I have to say, the cover doesn't look too bad. I actually like the cover. And I know a lot of people are pissed. I know what the non-Rock fans are. They're like, oh, why is The Rock supposed to get a cover? You know what? I'm just going to say this. Whether you like The Rock or not, this is actually a good business move. Smart move because it'll actually make people want to buy the game, even for the non-wrestling fans who don't watch religiously like me and among others. And they're like, you know what? This is actually a good game. And you might want to get it. So, once again, this was good business move on WWE's part, and I like it. So that's my thoughts on the cover. Yep, it was the return of against the Great Khali, and I'm like, oh my god. But I'll have to say I was impressed when Ryback actually got Khali up for the shell shock and 1, 2, 3, your winner, Ryback. Him coming back after that endless match, and yeah, and that's that. And of course you had John Cena, the WWE champion, love him or hate him, and I know a lot of people hate him, and of course he's saying like, the history of this WWE title, and he was mad at Mark Henry. Of course, who wouldn't be? Because Mark Henry faked the retirement. Pretty much he suckered you all just so he can get this title shot. And then he's like, you gotta earn it, saying I'm in the middle of whoop ass season and stuff, and saying the champ is here. Your usual John Cena promo. Alright, we had a triple threat tag team match. The winner would be the official #1 contender for the WWE Tag Team title. You had tons of fun. 3MB, baby! And the what? When y'all say boo, y'all say ooh, go! Love it. Yep, and the dude with the funk, tons of funk. I was wondering who the dude was. They say some guy named Scott Campbell won a contest funk. I know he was lucky dance with Naomi and Cameron. Damn you! I sure wanted to dance with Naomi with her, buddy. Yeah, yeah. In the end, the Usos gets the victory, and I couldn't be happy because nobody deserves the #1 championship than the fucking Usos because it's been a long time coming for them. And I see their push is still staying. I'm like, thank God, Usos, don't screw it up. I want y'all to, because you're the only real team you have right now. And so I guess they're going to face the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in the near future. All right, you had Paul Heyman, of course, coming out talking about what happened last week with the whole Punk and Lesnar situation, and then CM Punk comes out, and then he's like, "Oh, you want to air dirty laundry and stuff?" And of course, and then Paul Heyman talks about what I've watched on the Punk DVD. How Punk got brought up and stuff, saying like, if it wasn't for me, Punk wouldn't be where he is right now. And same, yeah, like he believed in him when nobody else did, and like proved that I was wrong and all that stuff. And then Punk's like cut that out. He said, look me in the eye and tell me the fucking truth, saying you didn't have anything to do with Brock Lesnar coming out and jumping me, and then he's like, and then Punk saying like, let me tell you something. He said, whenever Brock comes, he said, I'm coming for him. He said, I ain't afraid of the beast. He's like, I want some of Brock effing Lesnar. And then the champ was like, tell the truth, tell the truth. And then Heyman, being the manipulator that he is, lies, 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 lies. Yeah. God, that song, Jesus. All right, and then Punk and Paul have a hug, and Punk's face is like, Oh, he's like, oh, like I'm gonna play it cool for now, like, but you know, Punk, he's lying. You know he's just playing along with this. But all right, so we get on to the match: Punk versus Darren Young. Really? And Punk makes quick work of. I mean, Darren Young got some moves in surprisingly, and then but Punk beats Darren Young quick, like he tapped out quick before Punk even locked it on. I'm like, what the hell? What's what it looked like to me, but yep. CM Punk beats Darren Young, and then Titus O'Neil and Darren Young beat the crap out of Punk, and then Curtis Axel, your Intercontinental Champion, saves Punk, and Heyman is like he said in the pros, like wouldn't you like save you from if you're getting beat down? Wouldn't you have somebody to watch your back? And I guess he's proven that point, and then just announced for next week's Raw that CM Punk and Curtis Axel will team up against the Primetime Players. I smell where this is going. You feel me? Then you had the $1 billion princess Stephanie McMahon announce the WWE Championship Money in the Bank match with this impressive lineup with CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Christian, Kane, and of course the returning Rob Van Dam. And I have to say, this lineup's actually a stacked star-studded lineup. I would even go as far as to say this lineup of Money in the Bank for the WWE Championship this year is so much better than last year, even by just lineup alone. So that's my thoughts on it. I wonder if there's going to be a World Championship Money in the Bank. We'll see. I guess we'll see Friday on SmackDown or something like that. Next, we'll have Mark Henry come out and he says his words. He's like, "I fool all of you." He's all saying like, "I use everybody and I ain't gonna apologize for it." And I like the fact that he acknowledged the fact that my promo was Oscar worthy. He had people calling him on the phone like Tyler Perry, all these people. He said, but at the end of the day, I want the WWE title. He said, oh, I'm coming home, all right. I'm coming home with the WWE Championship. Because that's what I do. Now on to the main event. You have Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton once again. But this time, the crowd got to choose a stipulation, and it was a street fight. I kind of wish it was Fall County, but it didn't matter. They used this stipulation to the T. They were getting out weapons and all that stuff. I mean, it was just, I love this main event. Of course, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton have good chemistry. I mean, there's no denying that. I mean, I just love it. And then it was a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, Daniel Bryan with his drop kick. I mean, he powerbombed Orton through a table, and then Orton does that T-bone onto the table. It didn't break all the way, but it was still a good spot. And then, I mean, there was some no locks and stuff. But this, I marked the hell out when this happened. And then, like, Orton was trying to get out with the candlestick, but then Daniel Bryan's like, I'm using the candlestick for a no lock, and then oh my God! Yes, people, Randy freaking Orton tapped out. Daniel Bryan beat Randy Orton freaking straight up clean, and I couldn't be any happier with my boy. All I gotta say is Daniel Bryan is the effing man. End of story. Period. And then Randy Orton and Bryant shook hands, and you know Randy Orton's pissed, and I know he's gonna get some you tapped out chance, just like Caitlyn is currently. I mean, they never gonna let him live it down, and I'm thinking that might be his heel turn. You never, I mean, could it? All right. Anyways, this week's Raw, it wasn't as epic as last week's, but it was still a good show nonetheless. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, this is your boy RKL25A2 signing off, and take care, everyone. Peace.